Today I'm going to be driving around all of Central Florida checking out filming locations for one of my all-time favorite comedy movies, The Waterboy. Now when I say all, I mean these spots are very spread apart. There's a lot of driving involved if you're going to be doing this, and I'd recommend to probably either starting early in the morning or splitting this up into 2 days, which is what I eventually ended up doing. I wasn't originally going to split it up into 2 days, but you'll see why in the video. I'm here in my man cave room in front of my Back to the Future poster. I just wanted to say real quick that I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, ever since I moved out here about 4 months ago. And I was inspired by Adam the Woo to do this video, who sadly passed away a few weeks ago. It's no secret that all of these spots I'm going to be going to I got from watching his video. You know, it felt like I really knew Adam. His videos were just a part of my daily life. I watched so many of his videos constantly. I would even go back and watch some of his older videos where he would sing in his intro. He would say, it's my second channel, my daily vlog channel, it's the Daily Woo. I also had the opportunity to meet Adam a few years back in celebration for a Christmas event. Adam brought a lot of joy and positivity to everybody out there. He's going to definitely be missed. So this video is going to be in tribute to him, and I hope that everybody who's a fan of the movie and loves quoting it all the time like I do will enjoy this little vlog here, and I'll see you guys at the first stop. Alright, so we made it to the first stop. This is at Stetson University, and this is DeLand, Florida, and I'm pretty sure this is the waterfall that you'll see in the movie when, I forgot the character's name, but the kicker, he tells Adam Sandler's character, oh, why did you pick this class? And he says, beautiful view. So here's that scene from the movie. Adam Sandler looks outside and says, beautiful view. And this is that water fountain that they're looking at outside the window. So yeah, the kicker, he tells Bobby Boucher, he said, hey man, why you pick this class? And then Bobby Boucher says, oh, beautiful view, or something like that. So yeah, this is a very, very nice campus. So many trees, and I've been on UCF campus, and this one is definitely nicer than UCF's campus. The medulla oblongata. This is not Colonel Sanders. This is John B. Stetson, I guess the founder of Stetson University. But yeah, he does look a lot like the Colonel Sanders character in the movie. Mama said alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush. We also got some little friends on campus, some little raccoons right there. There's about 5 of them just roaming the campus. So this is the Student Union building, and in the movie, Adam Sandler and Vicky Valancourt, they walk out of here after Bobby Boucher takes his test. So yeah, I believe he takes his test inside this building here, and then Vicky Valancourt meets him on the outside and shows her that he just passed the test. So we made it to the next location. This is only about 5 minutes away from Stetson University, and this is the football stadium where most of the scenes were shot when the Mud Dogs were practicing and whatnot. There's when Bobby Boucher says, Captain Say No shows no mercy. So yeah, they're actually getting ready for the All-American high school game tomorrow. So they've got all this stuff set up here. It doesn't really look the way it did in the movie because they've done a lot of renovations to it. They have this announcer booth up there. But yeah, this is the spot where the Mud Dogs practiced on, and also had some of their home games. Here's a still here from the movie. So this was probably from one of their games in the movie, the Mud Dogs, and this is the field right there. You can see that bleacher lines up right there. So yeah, this is the field. It's pretty cool. And I was actually just talking to a really cool guy that was just happened to be here delivering paint, and he said that either him or his friend, they were an extra in the movie. They were in high school at the time, I think, and they were playing football over here, and they got asked to be extras in it. And he also said that there used to be a basketball court past the goalpost there, past those buildings, and Adam Sandler would go over there and shoot hoops, I guess. So yeah, it was really cool. I'm glad I ran into him because I learned a lot of stuff about the movie that I wouldn't have. So we're on our way to DeBerry now for the next spot, and he also said that ESPN is going to be covering this game here tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. You can do it! Yes, we can, and yes, we will. So we're in DeBerry, Florida, way out in the boonies, and this is where the pep rally scene was filmed in the movie. So the Mud Dogs, Bobby Boucher, and all the players would have been running out of the woods here. They would have been running out of these woods right here, these trees, and there was a stage set up right there, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was right here. They had a stage set up, and they had a little speech and whatnot. And then Jerry Reed's character, the coach Bouye, I think his name is, he comes in driving on their big bus. They come driving in here, and then I think that's when they arrest Vicky Valancourt up there on the stage. And then Rob Schneider, probably right about here in the middle, says the famous line, "You can do it." Yeah, this is actually a boat ramp, I believe. Like a boat park. There's a lot of people here, I don't know, doing boat stuff. But yeah, this is the spot. Pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and head to the next spot. We're trying to beat the sun here. I want to get to the rest of the spots before the sun goes down. So it doesn't look like we're gonna make it to the next location before it gets dark. The sun's setting right now. From the last spot, it's a little over an hour commute. We're in Claremont now, but look at this beautiful sunset right here. This is like crazy. I've never seen a sunset like that in my life. We're about 10 minutes away from the next location. This is just crazy. Look at that sunset. It's crazy. So it is actually the next day now. There were some technical difficulties when I went to upload my video. Basically the last like 7 or 8 minutes of footage that I had got lost. So got back in the truck and am now going back to all the spots that I lost footage on. So I'm in St. Cloud right now, and there's a spot that I'm going to be going to, but I heard that there was an old school Pizza Hut here, like with a dining room and a Pac-Man. We're stopping here real quick to check out this old school Pizza Hut. I know a lot of you watching are probably from Albuquerque, and I think it's still there. It might still be open. There was one on Waterboy. It was an old school Pizza Hut with the dining room and all that. I remember me and my dad actually drove all the way to Bernalillo to go to one of those old school Pizza Huts before a wrestling meet. So this is a lot like I remember from the one back home. Old school Pizza Hut. They even have the salad bar over there. They don't have the old school lamps anymore. It looks like they upgraded a few years ago, but they also have some Florida stuff on the walls, UCF license plate, some other Florida license plates. There's no Pac-Man though. I like finding these old Pizza Huts. They always remind me of the Benchwarmers movie. Nothing beats some Pizza Hut. So as they say, everything happens for a reason. Yesterday I was kind of racing to get to all the spots before dark, and now I'm in downtown St. Cloud. I'm at a spot where I wasn't originally planning on going to. This is the Hunter Arms Hotel, and this is where they filmed the frat party scene in the movie. Yeah, so this is the spot right here. This is the back of the hotel, and they would have filmed it inside the hotel, and they actually had some parts out here. I'm gonna go around to the front and see if I could get in. This is a nice little small downtown area, very Americana. Still decorated for Christmas. So for reference, this is the scene that I'm talking about. When they come have a little frat party and then they say, "Hey Bobby, I wish you was my boyfriend." Here's the lobby. So I think Coach Klein would have been sitting in front of this fireplace here, and he was saying something about now that we won our first game, it'll be a lot easier to win more. So you could imagine this whole area being filled with lots of people, the whole cast having their little frat party. does look a little bit different. You could tell that they renovated it a lot. So this is the staircase that the Colonel Sanders character would have been coming down right here, and Bobby would have been standing where I'm standing, and he said, "Are we still having that test on amphibians and reptiles on Friday?" And then he says, "Yes, as long as it's all right with your dear mama." So yeah, this is pretty cool. This is right where I'm standing, pretty much right where Adam Sandler would have been standing, and the Colonel Sanders character would have been standing right here on top of the steps. So I came outside, and this is where Bobby Boucher would have entered. He would have actually walked in right through these doors, and he would have had like a platter of those frog cakes, and he would have been standing pretty much right here where I am. He'd been standing in front of these doors with his frog cakes. So this is after they go inside. That was after Bobby Boucher handed him the frog cakes, and then they go inside. Frog cakes. My mama just took them out of the icebox. This is actually a very nice little hotel. It's very very old-timey. No trespassing. This is very cool. Probably sitting right about where Henry Winkler was when he was talking to his players. So that was pretty cool. I didn't expect that I was going to be able to go inside. I don't think I was trespassing when I was back there in the alley, but if I was, I know karate. All right, so we made the hour-long drive out here to Claremont from St. Cloud, and we are at Lake Palatka River Park. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is not the Louisiana Bayou. This is the Florida Bayou. Look at this. You got all these cypress trees up here. So when you see all those bayou shots in the movie, it was here at Lake Palatka River Park. And Mama's house was built about right over there where these bushes are. I'm gonna go walk over there in a minute. But in the beginning of the movie, there was a lot of establishing shots here on this lake. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I would think that they continued that little bridge over there. We'll go look at it closer in a minute. But I'm thinking they would have continued it maybe over there, and that's where you would have seen Adam Sandler on the lawnmower driving up to Mama's house, which was about right here. Yesterday when I was out here, remember I said I lost that footage when I was out here yesterday, but there was a couple of guys on boats that were actually out here. There's a couple of guys riding by on boats, so that was pretty cool. We got the full aesthetics of the swamp. And it is getting a little bit chilly out now, a little cloudy. It's January here in Florida, and yes, it does get cold in Florida. Got a jacket on. It does get cold in Florida. So this is that bridge I'm talking about, where I'm thinking they would have connected it to the other end, and that's where Bobby Boucher would have been riding the lawnmower on. Because right about here is where Mama's house would have been built. I'm thinking they would have built it right here and then demolished it after filming was over. So yeah, right here where all these bushes are is where Mama's house would have been built. So you can imagine Bobby Boucher riding in right here on his lawnmower and going to see Mama and Steve. And I can tell why they picked this specific spot. I mean, look at this. I feel like I'm in Louisiana. I should go have some alligator and some crawfish. So right here is the famous tree, and this would have been like in front of or behind Mama's house. Probably in front of. I'm thinking the house probably faced this way, but in front of Mama's house. And this is where the barbecue scene took place, when Bobby Boucher invites Vicky Valancourt over for dinner and they have a barbecue. So here's that scene I'm talking about. There's Adam Sandler and Kathy Bates right here in front of this exact tree. Put that up there. Yep, that's the spot. So like I said, that's the scene where they have the little barbecue eating the gator right there, right in front of this tree. I'm thinking they probably would have had a picnic table set up maybe about right here. But there's also these park picnic tables right here, so you could actually recreate the scene if you wanted to. You could bring your freshly caught alligator and have a little barbecue right here. I'm trying to find some little remnants of Mama's house if I can. Maybe some pieces of lumber, or yeah, right here behind me is definitely where Mama's house would have been built. The movie did come out in 1998, so a lot of the stuff has probably been sinking into the water, because I mean, all of this is gonna be changing a lot over time. There's also a little hiking path back here that you could take. You could probably find some little critters up in here. I'm interested to see where this path would take you, but don't really want to get eaten by an alligator or get bit by a snake. That wouldn't be good. And like I said, everything happens for a reason. It's really cool to be here during the day, because yesterday it was dark and you couldn't really see the surrounding area too good. But man, it's super cool to be on the exact ground where this movie took place, where they shot and where they filmed it. Yeah, this is so cool. I think there's one more spot left, which is Camping World Stadium, which is where the Bourbon Bowl was. We might hang around here in Claremont for a bit and then head that way. But yeah, I don't even want to leave this area. It's so cool. It's just like, boom, you're right here, right where everything happened. Now listen to me, Bobby. Vicky Valancourt is the devil. I don't know if Bobby would classify this water as some high quality H2O. So yeah, like I was saying, there's some trucks parked over here. They're probably on the water right now somewhere. There's a boat coming by right now, I hear it. Born on the bayou. Alright, I think we better get back in the truck now and head to the next spot, but don't want to leave this area. It's so cool. I forgot to mention, it should be noted that all of the scenes that took place inside of Mama's house were probably filmed on like a studio somewhere. Yeah, because I doubt they could get a full camera crew inside a little tiny house right there by the water. Alright, on to the next spot. Made a quick little pit stop at this place called Swig. My sister-in-law says it's pretty good, so we'll see. I guess they have like fancy sodas, I guess. So we'll see. Alright, I got my Swig. Got the butterbeer flavor. It's pretty good. Kind of tastes like a root beer float, or like the butterbeer drink from Universal. Do you remember when Bobby Boucher come back at halftime and the Mud Dogs win the Bourbon Bowl, do ya? So I'm at Camping World Stadium right now. This used to be called the Citrus Bowl. This is where the Bourbon Bowl was played in the movie. So they play right here at the end of the movie. The Mud Dogs, Bobby Boucher comes back at halftime and they all go running on the field. And then Tom Sawyer by Rush starts playing. You know, modern day warrior, a mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. Boom, 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 but his mind is not for rent. You get the idea. So yeah, there it is, right there. Camping World Stadium, Bourbon Bowl. I heard they actually needed like about 10,000 extras to fill up the stadium here. When they were filming the movie, they would post signs at Publix, posters at Publix, and they would ask for about 10,000 extras to fill up the stadium. I think I might be a little bit illegally parked right now, so I'm gonna make this quick. But yeah, there it is. This is the last spot that we needed to come to. Camping World Stadium, also known as the Citrus Bowl. The Bourbon Bowl was played right here. And also, about last weekend, I think, I forgot who was playing. It was Georgia Tech and somebody else. They were playing the Pop-Tart Bowl here at Camping World Stadium. And next weekend, they're having Monster Jam. Monster Jam's going to be here. I've been inside once, and that was for a Monster Jam show. It was the World Finals, actually, a few years ago. But yeah, that's going to do it for the Waterboy filming locations. There's a nice sunset coming out here in the back. I really like doing this. I want to do more of this. I want to do a road trip up to Georgia, maybe do some Stranger Things filming locations, maybe Cobra Kai. I think Cobra Kai was filmed there also, some spots. But yeah, I think there's just something really cool about standing where a certain movie was shot and where it was filmed at. So if you're a fan of The Waterboy and Adam Sandler, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. You can do it!